How great are scones? And there are so many different varieties. This one is my chocolate scones. I'm going to serve it with some double cream. Now, this is my go-to recipe for scones. I use this a lot because it works a treat. So in a bowl, I have 3 cups of self-raising flour. I'll add a pinch of salt and I'll add about 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, and we'll just sift that in. I'll use a fork just to combine that together and then make a well in the centre. Okay, to add the liquid. So first up, some cream. This cream is going to give us a beautiful crumb, and I like to use thickened cream for this recipe. You'll need 1 cup of cream, so we'll just pour that in, along with 1 cup of lemonade. Now this not only sweetens up the scones, but because there's bubbles in there, we're going to get a beautiful crumb on our scones. So my Auntie Iris always says to use a knife, and she's right, because the worst thing you can do with scones is over mix them. So by having a little butter knife, you've got control. So you just want to take your time, bring everything together until it forms a dough. Okay, these chalky scones are looking good. I'll add just a little flour onto my board, and then with my hands, we'll gather all of this scone dough and we'll pop that onto our board. Now, you don't want thin scones. You want them to rise, you want them to be crispy on the outside and super fluffy. So we're just going to press this mixture together. So gather it, form it into a big disc, press it out, do that again, and by doing that, we're not overworking the dough. I'm using a 6 centimetre cookie cutter. I like to place it in a little flour just so it doesn't stick, and then we can cut out our scones. So the first one, we'll just pop that out. See, it comes out easily, and we'll place that onto a baking tray with just a little oil. The next one, again, pop into the flour and we'll cut that out. And I just like them to touch together just like that, because after they've baked, you want to pull them apart. Before I place these into the oven, I just like to brush them with a little milk, and these cook in a hot oven, so about 200 degrees for 15 minutes. Scones are out of the oven. I've allowed them to cool slightly, and I always like to finish them off with just a touch of icing sugar. And we have to have a taste of this. Look at this one, it's perfect. I'm gonna cut it in half, just with a serrated knife. Oh, see how soft and fluffy that is? That's the perfect scone in my eyes. And even if they're chocolate, I still think you need a little jam, so a dollop on each side. And a scone is never complete without some cream. And my cream of choice is some double cream. So we'll add a spoonful to each on top. That is a delight. Maybe with a cup of Earl Grey tea, maybe a black tea, or just as is.